What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Chris and I'm here to show you and talk about a new treatment that is slowly gaining some, I guess, a lot more popularity. And I actually discovered this product from my YouTube friend, Claudia Glows. You can look her up on YouTube. And the product that I'm going to be talking about and demonstrating today is BioRePeel C13. And before I get into this, it's a trichloroacetic acid. So if you've never had a peel before, TCA is kind of a highly sought after holy grail of skin acids that is known to improve skin condition, skin texture, skin quality, helps control hyperpigmentation, help control pigmentation of the skin. However, TCA is not really recommended for, I guess, all Fitzpatrick skin types. So that is something that you would need to look into prior to doing any type of chemical peel, regardless of what it is, because there are so many on the market. But I'm a huge fan of TCA. I love TCA. It works well with my skin. The only drawback is that it typically is associated with a longer downtime. Now, I don't have the time to just, take off work, sit at home, and recover from these types of procedures. So as I've gotten older and more in depth with my career, it's limited the amount or frequency that I can actually do TCA peels. So the biggest benefit to this BioRePeel is that there's no downtime. You are not going to have the peeling and shedding that is associated with your typical TCA peel. And that is because this has a newer technology, and it's a biphasic technology. So in this bottle contains multiple things. But if you'll see here, there's actually two phases. Now, the top layer is blue, the bottom layer is yellow. Now, the blue layer on top is essentially, it's meant to protect all those ingredients underneath. It prevents oxidation of those ingredients, which keeps them stable and keeps them in better quality and condition. So it's going to work better for your skin. Now, the lower layer, the yellow layer, contains all types of good for your skin ingredients. This product contains TCA. I believe it is a 33 or 35%, so I'll leave all that in the descriptions below. But it's between a 33 and a 35% trichloroacetic acid. And then there's also beta hydroxy acids, alpha hydroxy acids, polyhydroxy acids. There's also different vitamins and amino acids that are in this product, like vitamin C, and all sorts of amino acids. So it's really going to be great and beneficial for your skin. If you want to know more, keep on watching. All right, so now that we know what the product is, what are its claims? So I'm just going to read off of, just what I've read across different various websites. The immediate results are hydrated, lighter, brighter, and tighter skin due to the stimulation of new collagen, elastin, and hyaluronic acid. So with all these ingredients, you are going to get the benefits of your traditional peel without actually having the downtime associated because of the ingredients and because of that biphasic technology. I'm not a science channel, so I'm not exactly sure how that works, but essentially the TCA comes in contact with the skin, and then with the other ingredients, it is able to bypass a certain layer of your skin to get down to where it needs to go, and then do its job to be a biostimulator, and then also to brighten and tighten your skin and increase that collagen and elastin production without having to shed your skin like a snake. So for someone like me, that is amazing. And I'm pretty sure that you guys can relate to that, because who wants to have a 7 to 10 day downtime from a peel that typically you need to do multiple of to get the best results, right? So that's why I'm super excited to try this peel today. And I'm very excited that Claudia did a video on this as well, because I don't know if I would have discovered it any sooner. So thank you, Claudia. So the first thing that we need to do prior to doing any peel is know what our pre, post, and contraindications are. So there's a number of different things that we need to know, and there are contraindications to this product, and that's to many things. So this is not something recommended if you are pregnant, if you are breastfeeding, if you've had retinoid therapy in the last 6 months, and I'll touch on that momentarily. Active herpes, so things like cold sores that you would normally get around your mouth, or it could actually happen anywhere on your face. Autoimmune diseases, seborrheic, bacterial, or atopic dermatitis, or skin disruptions. So if you have open, active acne on your face, this is not something that is recommended to do. Now, if you do have papules or active acne that has not burst open, you could potentially use this product, but I would consult with any type of medical professional, dermatologist, or an esthetician prior to doing this treatment. Now, as we all know, I'm not a medical trained esthetician, doctor, nurse. I'm just someone that loves doing DIY skincare at home and using different products and trying different treatments out to see if they work and see if it's worth your money to invest and to do something like that at home. So that's what we're gonna do today. And I will be doing a follow-up video after I've done a number of these treatments. And this treatment is actually recommended to do every 7 to 12 days. And the recommended course is anywhere from 4 to 6 treatments. So essentially, you would do one treatment every 7 to 10 days, and then you will do that consistently for 4 to 6 treatments, which basically boils down to you're gonna do one treatment a week or a week and a half for the next month to month and a half. That's the simplest way of doing it. So I have 2 of these vials. Each vial has 6 milliliters. Now, one of these vials, if you're doing your face, your neck, and your décolleté, you will go through one of these vials with each treatment. If you are doing just your face, you'll get approximately 3 uses out of here because you're only gonna be using about 2 milliliters for your 1.5 to 2 milliliters for your face. And then you'll be using anywhere from 2 to 4 milliliters for your neck. So I'm only gonna be treating my face. I don't really have many concerns for my neck. And I also just did my IPL, which I'm not supposed to be treating my neck after I've freshly done an IPL treatment. So I'm just gonna skip that and just do my face. Also, so I can get the most uses out of this, 1 vial. So I actually have 2 vials, which means I will be going through the next 6 weeks of doing 1 treatment a week for the next 6 weeks, and I will have a follow-up video on that after I've completed the course. And I will end up taking pictures throughout the process after my, first treatment, second treatment, third treatment, and so on. And then I'll be putting those in the follow-up video for this one. So prior to your peel, there are some pre-peel instructions. 3 days prior to your peel, you're gonna avoid topical retinoids, tretinoin, other topical acids, and exfoliants. Now, for me, just out of my own self and knowing my skin, I don't avoid using my retinol. I actually do use my retinol, and that's just me and what I know works for my skin. And any other peel that I've had in the past or done in the past, it was advised to keep using my retinoid so I would have an even better peel. But like I said, I'm not a medically trained professional, so you do what you know that works best for your skin, or always follow the manufacturer's instructions prior to use. So the pre-peel instructions are to avoid any type of retinoid, retinol, or any other topical acids or exfoliants. 5 to 7 days prior to your peel, you should avoid laser hair removal, which includes IPL, waxing, depilatory creams, and electrolysis. So those are things that you should avoid 5 to 7 days prior to your peel. And then after your peel, your post-peel instructions are to avoid the following. Non-mineral makeup for 48 hours, which means after your peel, if you have a mineral-based makeup, you are safe to use that, but you're not going to want to use a non-mineral-based makeup post-peel for 48 hours. Avoid the use of alpha hydroxy acids, beta hydroxy acids, and retinol for 7 days. For me, I will probably skip my retinol tonight, and I'll probably go back to using my retinol tomorrow. Laser hair removal, waxing, sunbeds, swimming, and saunas should be avoided for 7 days. Now we can just go ahead and jump into prepping our skin and getting started and seeing how we put all of this together. So things you will need are nitrile gloves. And the reason why you would want nitrile gloves over latex is that latex is very permeable and nitrile is less permeable, which means it's gonna keep your skin safe. So the acid isn't gonna eat through the skin. It would potentially eat through latex, so you don't wanna use latex. You will want to use a nitrile type of glove. You will have gauze pads. You will, of course, have your peel. You will have a syringe. This is a 3 ml syringe, and it does have a lure on the inside, so you can actually twist and connect a needle on top of it. And I do have already a box of needles. I'll have all of these products listed below. I did get them from Amazon, so those are just things that I'll link in the descriptions below. The needles that I found that I used are some Easy Glide hypodermic needles. They're 20 gauge, 1.5 inches. And you get a whole box of these. Now, I probably will never go through this whole box because the only reason I purchased these was so I can extract the solution from this vial. These syringes I will actually go through a lot of, so they come in a big pack. I believe there's 20 syringes in here. I don't remember the cost, but it was extremely inexpensive. So I'll be using one of these every time I go to get the acid out of this vial. I use these a lot when I do mesotherapy because I will put my mesotherapy product into this. So I do go through a lot of these. I have just some over-the-counter acetone. This is what is gonna prep my skin. And then I also have a bowl of water. And I just have a bowl of water for after my treatment is complete. So we'll be going through this together, so keep on watching. Now the first thing that I need to do is prep my skin. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll do a mixture of alcohol and I'll do a mixture of acetone, but I just don't feel like doing that today, so I'm just gonna strictly use acetone to prep my skin. The acetone acts as a degreaser to make sure all oil is off of your skin, so you will have maximum penetration of the peel. Once I have cleansed my face and I've prepped it with my acetone, I'm just gonna wait for that to dry down and then I will proceed with my treatment. So I'm going to take out my needle and I'm going to attach it to my syringe. And I just screw that right on. Prior to use, like I said, this is a biphasic, I can't even speak. This is a biphasic solution. So you'll want to make sure you shake this and mix it up really well prior to use. Okay, so once you have your BioRePeel all mixed up, you will see that now it is a green liquid. It's actually quite pretty. It's almost like a jade green. And what I've done is that this top right here is sealed, so I've just used a little knife to pry underneath of it just so I can open that up. Once I have my top open, I'm gonna use a 70% isopropyl alcohol just to clean the top of it, just for an extra step in sanitation. And once that is wiped off, I'm going to take my needle, give this another good shake, and I'm going to insert my needle into the top, and I'm going to withdraw 2 milliliters. And then I'm just gonna tip my little top down. So as you can see, I have 2 milliliters in my syringe. Now I don't need to leave this needle on because this is not something I'm injecting. This is something that I'm just going to be applying topically. So once that is on, I can just remove that top and set that aside. Now, since I'll be using 2 milliliters for my face, it's recommended to use your nitrile gloves, and you'll just be slowly applying the product to your skin and massaging it in. That's typically really all you're doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in, and I will be using the viewfinder as my mirror, so I will try to make sure my angles are good for you guys. Apply a little bit more. All right, I've got my 2 mils on, so let me zoom back out and get this massage going. So once the product is on, it is recommended to massage into the skin thoroughly. Now I am going right underneath my eye. I'm not going directly under where my waterline is, but I am going right around where the orbital area is. You can go below the brow bone. Since I don't feel like I need that, I am not going to. Now, this is not an uncomfortable feeling. You can feel the product working. This does not even burn nearly like if you were to use just a straight up TCA peel. This really kind of just feels like a tingling, warming sensation. It doesn't feel bad. I definitely think this is tolerable for most people. But I'm just massaging and working that product into the skin. I'm really working it into my nasolabial folds, all around my lip. And I'm just working it in until it becomes more tacky, and then I will let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes. Now you can already see how sticky and tacky that is. Now I can let that sit for 5 minutes. Now after 3 to 5 minutes, and I'm just doing 5 minutes because I know my skin, and I just want to get the maximum benefits out of this. So we'll let this go for 3 to 5 minutes. And then I'll be back. All right, so it's been 5 minutes. So let me zoom in so that way you guys can see what is going on with my skin. It doesn't feel uncomfortable. Like I said, it just feels kind of warm and tingly. It's very tolerable. But really, you just see more of a green hue to my skin. That's really kind of all you really notice. So now we just need to neutralize really, just wipe this off. So I have some gauze pads with just water. I assume you can probably just use a wet washcloth. You could probably even splash your face with water. So I'm unsure why they recommend using just water and gauze pads. So I'm just gonna do it just following the instructions. So I will just wipe with some gauze pads soaked with water. All right, so that was my last cotton pad. So I went through 4 water-soaked cotton pads. And as you can see, there is no more residual green left on my face, which trichloroacetic acid in general is pretty self-neutralizing. The only reason people tend to use water, baking soda, water combinations is to eliminate the stinging sensation, but the acid itself self-neutralizes. Being that this is a biphasic product, I don't know if it can be left on the skin. So like I said, you just have to follow the manufacturer's instructions and just wipe your face down with either a washcloth, a gentle washcloth with water, or use cotton pads soaked in water just like I did. So my skin feels fine. I just feel a little bit of warming to the skin. So let's zoom in a little bit closer now that we have this rinsed off. So as you can see, there's only a slight little bit of pink or redness left to my skin, and some of that could be from me rubbing, it could be from the acid, I don't know. But overall, that doesn't bother me, that doesn't faze me, and it is to be expected that you will have some type of discoloration because, hi, you just put acid on your face. So this actually feels very gentle, but don't be fooled. It is, like I said, a 33 or 35% trichloroacetic acid peel, so you're gonna get all those benefits from it allegedly without any of the downtime or peeling associated with your typical TCA peels. So that is round 1, and I'm excited to go further, and I'll probably make an update video after my 3rd peel, so that way we can see a midway point, and to see if it's doing anything beneficial for my skin or not, but I'm hoping and assuming that it will. So that is all I have for that treatment. If you have any more questions about what it is or how to use it, you can either just Google or research what BioRePeel is, and that would probably give you more answers than I can give you, because there are numerous plastic surgeons' offices and things like that that do offer this treatment. This product was made in Italy, so it's going to be more or less found all over Europe. My product I purchased from Spain, and I will leave where I got my product purchased. I'll leave that in the descriptions below. And I'll also leave in the descriptions where Claudia got hers from, just in case you're in her area. I'm unsure, but that way it's multifaceted and you have lots of options on how to purchase your product. So that's really all I have for you guys today. I will do a check-in midway, or I'll do a follow-up video midway, but my skin feels good. It feels soft. I don't expect it have any kind of irritation to it, but you know, we'll see. But I'm very excited for this peel and to see what kind of results it brings me. So if you have any questions, go ahead and like, subscribe, leave any comments in this video, and until then, I will catch you guys next time. Bye!